Tchau. I cleaned the body up last night, but you cleaned up again. I made sure that was a priority last night. It's on me. All right, this is for the people up here. I Mariam. This is for the people up here.
La Yasha Allah. All right, we're putting your hands down, which means rise and face the east. On the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahau, Malak Taba'ah, Tazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawab, Hayah, Ashemayim, the Thunlinau, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknau, Kabawaknau, Kasalaknau, Wala'ah, Yainau, Banasaya 1, Ball, Shina, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Allah, Ba'alam, Aman. And in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. You got Hakak, the power, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Babakusha, the Thunlinau, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kamakala, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lahaki, Hamaki, Hakak, Arakawa, Tama'ala, Lagarashan, Hashem Yahushua, Wada Aman. And in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirit. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Yasha Allah, Wahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hashem Yahushua, Wada Aman. And in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Blessings for the power structure. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Yaka Allah.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Wa Tazab Ya'ah.
Wa Tazab Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahan.
Allah Wap Yahan.
Ha Allah Wap.
Ha Allah Wap.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Quatasayania.
Ha Quataza Yanya.
Ha Kayayoli.
Ha Kayayoli.
Waha Akwafian.
Wa Ha Akwafian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Shem Yahweh Shah.
Wa Aman.
Wa Aman. And in the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angels.
Command the general Yahweh.
Commanding General Yahweh.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officer.
The troops.
The troopers.
And the sister.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
And then Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be.
So be. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha.
Aisha'ah.
Ayania.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ain.
Ma'an.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shamayam.
Shamoyam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arakaza.
Al-Yatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Wagalka.
Ragalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Ayanawam.
Shamaraka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaraka.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yah.
Al-Yah.
Al-Yanka.
Yanka.
Wamam.
Yawamam.
Shamash.
Ashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Kakab.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Yashamarka.
Korah.
Makorah.
Shamar.
Yashamar.
After the Pashka.
After Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'afka.
There's an Afka.
Wawaka.
Wa'aka.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Walam.
Awalam.
Aman.
Aman. And then the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in
this time
from
forth,
this time forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
So be.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayalaka.
Aldamayelaka.
Alpha Karash.
Alpha Karash.
Alpha Shakwat.
Alpha Shakwat.
Ah. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabika.
Awayabyaka.
Hamayawan.
Yahamayawan.
Wamashanayaka.
Woman Shemayaka.
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimuka.
Al-Amaka.
Ariamwa.
Yahawayamwa.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Oyata Yaitazawad.
We tell your eyes as a word.
Atazapawanyika.
Altazaka one yaka.
Marwa.
Amara.
Kawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakida.
Wanakakina.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'ah.
Zakar.
Issachar.
Shamya Sha'al.
Shamya Sha'al.
Awa.
Agwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Awa Aitazawad.
Now, eyes as a word.
La.
La.
Kadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al Yaka.
Ayaka.
Waya.
Raya.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashama I Alaya.
Woman Shema I Alayam.
Wa'aba.
Waba'aba.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
Wabal.
Go.
Amawan.
Amawan.
Amalak.
Wamalak.
Palashah.
Palasha.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gama Shawu.
Nalawat.
Nalawat.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawat.
Ayawat.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Ibanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Kamania.
Kamanya.
Kasayasara'a.
Kasi Yasa Ra'ah.
Kayabian.
Kavyabin.
Manakha.
On the call.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamanwa.
Nashamawa.
Ayanda Ara.
Yanda Ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Soyatamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada Yabmawa.
Nadayatmawa.
Ira.
Ira.
Kaza Abba.
Because of Abba.
Kaza Bak.
Because of Bak.
Because of Manai.
Because it was nine.
Kana Sayakamwa.
Kona Sayakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amara.
Naya Rasha.
Nayarasha.
Anawa.
Lanawa.
La Awa.
Na'awa.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahayam.
Sayatamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagalgala.
Gogla.
Kwash.
Kwash.
Lapanya Roka.
Lapanyaraka.
Kaash.
Ka'ash.
Kaba Ira Yaira.
Ira Ira.
Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Kalaha.
Salahat.
Hariam.
Hariam.
Kan.
Khan.
Aradakma.
Aradakma.
Wasa Iraka.
Wasa Iraka.
Wasa Wapaka.
Wasa
Kaba
Wapaska.
Halam.
Kabalaham.
Mala'a.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyahan.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashwa.
Bashwa.
ويبهو
Ayai,
ويكبروا
Kapara,
ويبادوا
Iowa,
ويدعيوا
Kaya,
كيا
Atha,
شمكا
Shunta,
يهوى
Yahweh,
لباركا
Vodka,
أو يوان
Ayawan,
أو كا
Akal,
أراتزا
Arakaza,
أمان.
Aman. And then it's the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemy make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
They that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
Come,
Come, let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
For being a nation.
from being a nation.
To the name of Israel.
In the name of
They
Israel,
be no more remembered.
be no more in remembrance.
They have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
One consent.
One consent.
They are confederate against
They're
it.
confederate against
The
it.
tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Moab,
The Hagarine.
the Hagarine,
The Baal.
the Baal,
And Ammon.
Ammon,
Amalek.
Amalek,
The Philistines.
Philistine,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashes also joined with them.
Ashes also joined.
They have hope in the children of
They have
Lot.
hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto
as
them
unto the Midianites.
as unto the
And
Midianites.
to Sisera.
To Sisera,
To Jabin.
to Jabin,
The brook of
of
Kissar.
the brook of Kissar,
Which perished at Endor.
perished that in.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red,
And like Zahab.
and like Zahab.
Yea,
Yeah,
all the princes.
all their
And
princes,
Zabah.
Zabah,
And Zamun.
and Zamun,
Who
who
said,
said,
let us take to
let's
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh, my power.
Oh, my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the
As a
wind.
stubble before the wind.
As a fire burneth the wood.
Fire burnt the
And
wood.
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
The flames of the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them
Persecute
with thy tempest.
with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid
Make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Fill
shame.
their faces with
That
shame.
they may seek thy
That
name.
they may seek thy
Oh,
name.
Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Let them be
And
confounded.
be
In
confounded
trouble
in
forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
and
shame.
be put to shame
And perish.
and perish.
That men may know
That men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most
over
high
all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be.
So be.
These are the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in the
Shah.
name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
by
us
prophets,
by prophets,
the teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake
to
loose
shake loose
the treasure of the rich of Israel
the treasure of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their rich
Force their
to
riches
enter to thy
to
sanctuary.
enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nation
and the nation
and the drug
and
dealers,
their drug
the
dealers,
court
the
system,
court system,
the prison
the
system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our
Amalek synagogues and arms,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam, Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia, Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinhead,
Skinhead,
Posse Comitatus,
Positive Comitatus,
Gay
the gay
the
movement,
gay movement,
the gay
the
movement,
lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
National Space Program,
National Space Program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marine,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airways,
and the
the
airways,
cable access channel,
cable access
and the
channel,
radio channel,
and the radio
convict
channel.
the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of thy people
any of thy people
that seek to
that
stop
seek to
and
stop
bring swift destruction
bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathen
to all the
that
heathen
stand in the way
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop
from broadcasting your word
broadcasting your
throughout
words
the planet Earth.
throughout the planet.
Let loose all the plague.
Let loose all the plague.
Let loose all the
Let
plague.
loose all the plague.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and
through
fro
the earth,
through the earth
and consume
and
it.
consume.
Let the plague
Let the plague
shake the house of the thief
take the house of the thief
and the murder.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh Shah,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucer
come down to find
and punish
sauce.
all the heathen
Punish all the
that
heathen
come up against us
that come up against us.
as we speak thy word.
As you speak thy word.
Cause we know
Cause it be known
by
by
all
all
that is the angel
that is the angel
that have done.
that have done.
Cause it be spread
Cause it be spread
through the
through
media
the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake it thy
Cause
coming.
them to shake it thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shah,
In the name of Yahweh Shah,
thank you always.
always,
So be.
so be.
Psalm, which means to turn. Yeshavian means to sit, to seat. Yeshab.
Let me take a look at that real quick.
All right, we're gonna go. So for every feast, we start in. We read through the feast days. We read Leviticus 23. We go through Leviticus 23. And we break down each of the feast days, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of depth of the Feast of Trumpets. That is today. That is started tonight here. So we're gonna go through every feast as a brief overview, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of depth of the memorial of blowing the trumpets. Of course, we always read through the Hebrew, then we read the English. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to go through since we have time. We're going to start, of course, in Leviticus 23, and starting at verse 1. We always read the first 7 chapters in Hebrew, then we read them in English. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Dabar, Yahweh al, Mashal, Amar, verse 2. Dabar al, Bunya, Yasha al, wa Maraf, Alaham, Ma'wa'ayya, Yahweh, Ashar, Makora wa, Atham, Makora aya, Quadash, Allah, Hum, Mawa'aya, verse 3, Shasta, Yum Yum, Aisha, Malaka, Waba Yawam, Hashabayaya, Shabaf, Hashabathwam, Makora, Quadash, Call, Malaka, La'av, Aisha wa, Shabaf, Hawa'a, La Yahawa Bakal, Mawa Shabath Yakam, verse 4. Allah, Mawa'aya, Yahweh, Makora Aya, Quadash, Ashar, Fakora Wa, Atham, Bamawa Ayam, verse 5, Bahadash, Hara Ashwan, Ba'aiha, Ashar, Bahadash, Bayan, Ha'arabium, Pasak, La Yahweh, verse 6, Wabacham Masha, Ashar, Yawam, Wahadash, Hazah, Chag, Hamatazawath, Yahweh, Shaba'ith, Yum Yum, Matazawaf, Fa'akalwa, verse 7, Bayawam, Hara'ashwan, Makora, Quadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Call, Lakaf, Abadha, La'a, Fa'aishawa, and that's it.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 in the Hebrew.
23, right? Come,
23, verse 1.
Verse 1.
All right. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, a holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. 4, these are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. 5, in the 14th day of the first month at even is the Most High's Passover. 6, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Most High. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. 7, and the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So just a quick to follow us, like if I may.
Good.
So let's do a quick to.
Just real quick.
Come.
Hey, y'all watching, make sure y'all liking these videos. It does us, great in the work of the Lord. Like the video, subscribe. You know what I mean?
Come.
You got it.
If you notice, so verse 1 and 6, the Most High is introducing to Israel the days that they must keep as a nation. And if you notice in verse 2, it says, Speak unto the children of Israel, which shows that these are feast days or high holy days that we are supposed to for our culture. This is not for the Chinese. This is not for the Japanese. This is not for the Arabs. This is for the children of Israel. And the very first thing the Most High commands is that it says these are holy convocations, means these are separate assemblies. These are what we're supposed to separate ourselves and gather together. Other cultures do that. They have their holidays where they separate themselves. Okay, so these days we're supposed to separate ourselves. The very first thing the Most High commands us is to observe the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a reminder that the Most High was the creator. Okay, that is the first feast day that he tells us to observe, and that is the weekly Sabbath. So every week you are reminded who is the creator of the heaven and the earth. And actually, the Sabbath also reminds us of the land that the Most High promised to Abraham. All right, so the Sabbath has a number of things involved in it. The very first feast day the Most High tells us to observe is Passover. Passover is our Independence Day. That was the day that when the Most High came and struck Egypt. The white or the Anglo-Saxon English oppressor, he separated himself from the British in the Revolutionary War. He separated himself during the Revolutionary so that they could be an independent nation. That's why they do the 4th of July, because that's the colonists, the American colonists, remembering that they separated from the tyranny of Britain. Well, the same thing with us. Our Independence Day is not the 4th of July. Our Independence Day is the 14th day of the first month, which is the Passover, because that's when the Most High freed us from Egypt and brought us out. Actually, the very first words the Most High told Israel when he talked to me, he said, I am the Most High, brought you out of the land of Egypt. So the Passover reminds us that he brought us out of Egypt. And the next, the day after Passover is the days of unleavened bread, and commemorates us. That's the 7 days we're to eat unleavened bread. And why? Because it commemorates how quickly the Most High delivered us out of Egypt. Egypt America is the modern day Egypt. Nobody at that time thought that Egypt could be destroyed. It was a powerful nation, and quickly the Most High crushed Egypt really in a night. He crushed the firstborn of Egypt in a night, and he brought Israel out of the land of Egypt in haste. And that had never happened at that time. That was unprecedented time. So that's the time we look for. We think about when we keep in the days of unleavened bread. That's why we eat unleavened bread, because they didn't even have time to knead their dough so it to rise. They were pushed. The Egyptians actually told them to get out. They pushed the Israelites out because they were injured that much when the Most High came through and struck the firstborn. So that's why we keep the Passover and why we keep the days of unleavened bread. All right, let's go ahead. Any questions, comments? All right, let's go into Leviticus 23. We're going to read verse 8 through 14. We're going to read it in the Hebrew and then in the English. Leviticus, Salakia. And on the days of unleavened bread, the first and the last days, the scripture says, are the holy convocations. All right, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wahakorabtham, Asha, La Yahweh, Shabbat, Yum Yum, Bayawam, Shabbayaya, Makora, Quadash, Call, Ma'alakaf, Abadha, La'ah, Fa'aishawa, verse 9, Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashal, Amar, verse 10. Dabar al Bunya Yasha'ala wa Amartha Alaham Kaya Saba Awa al Ha'arataza Ashar Anya Nathan Lakam wa Kotazaratham Af wa Katazayartha wa Haba'atham Af Aymar wa Ashyaf wa Katazarikam al Hakahan, verse 11, wa Nayak Af Ha'aymar Lapanya Yahweh Larataza Nakam, Mamakaraf, Hashabaf, Yanyak, Hakahan, verse 12. Wa Aisha Yatham, Bayawam, Hanayakam, Af, Ha'aymar, Kabash, Samayam, Bun, Shanafwa, La'ayla, La Yahweh, verse 13. Wama Nachathwa, Shanya, Aisharanyam, Salaf, Balayala, Bashaman, Asha, La Yahweh, Rayach, Nayakak, Wana Saka, Yayan, Rabbi Yaif, Hahayan, verse 14. Walakaf, Walacham, Wakwalia, Wakar, Ramal, La'a, Fa'akalwam, Aitazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Habayakam, Koraban, Alahayakam, Kwaf, Alawam, Ladarath Bakal, Mama Shabbath Yakam, and that's it. Right? Now we're going to be going and reading Leviticus 23. We're going to be reading verses 8 through 14 in the Hebrew. And then with the English. Slack it, send them buckets downstairs. Do you want me to run down?
Oh yeah, you can.
Copy.
You can also just keep just hand me that myrrh. And I'll read the English real quick. We're gonna pick back up in the English. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 8 in English. Where you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High 7 days, and the seventh day is a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. Verse 9. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, 10. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Hey, Salakia, class, we dropped the feed dropped for a quick second, but be back in the loop. All right, I'm in 13 now. I'm in 14. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the self same day that ye have brought an offering unto your power. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after 16, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Most High. You shall bring out 17. You shall bring out of your habitation 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals that shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Most High. 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and one young bullock, and 2 rams. It shall be for a burnt offering unto the Most High, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Most High. That's it. All right, we're going to continue on. You good? We're going to continue on being in Leviticus. First priest is going to be back up there in a second. We'll be in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 19. I think I went too far. Verse 15. I'm bad. Leviticus chapter 23, verse.
Sorry, the scripture is right next to you.
Kind of got it. Hold up, you went to it's 15 and 21. That's what's next. Okay, all right. I think I just read too far. All right, no sweat. All right. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. What's a part of them? Lakam, Mamakorah, Hashabath, Mayawam, Habaya Akam, Imar, Athana Wapa, Shabai, Shabathwa, Hamayabmath, Hata No, 16. Aid, Mamakorath, Hashabath, Hashabaya Aif, the Saparwa, Kamashiam, Yawam, Wahakorabtham, Manakha, Kadasha, Yahweh. 17. Mama was Shabaf Yakam. W Awa. Lacham. Dana Wapa. Shata Yam. Shanya. Aisharwanium. Salah. Yayana. Chamataza. The upper yana. Bakawarium. La Yahweh 18. Wahakarabtham. Al. Halacham. Shaba'aif. Kabashium. Tama ya mum. Wanya. Shana. Wapa. Ban. Wakwa. Akha. Wa'ayalam. Shanyam. Yahaya. Yahayawa. Ayla. La Yahawa. Woman knock them. Wanna sock yaham. Asha. Wayak. Na ya kak. La Yahawa. Wa thumb. Sha'ayar. Isayam. Akhad. Lakata. Ah. Shanya. Kabashiam. Banya. Shana. Lazabak. Shalamayam. Shalamiam. 20. Wahanaya. Pakahan. Atam. Al. Lacham. Abakawoyam. Dana Wapa. Lapanya. Yahawa. Al. Shanya. Kabashiam. Kadash. Yahayawa. Yahawa. Wakahan. 21. Wakora Thumb. Ba'itazam. Hayawam. Hazar. Wakora Kwadash. Yahaya. Lakam. Cow. Wala Akaf. Ibada. La'a. The Aishwa. Kakwaf. Iwalam. Makwal. Mawa Shabath the Rock Yakam. That's it. Hey, look, make sure y'all liking these videos, the live ones, old ones, new ones. Make sure you subscribe. It does us very good in the work of the Lord. You understand?
Come.
Let's go.
We're in Leviticus 15, chapter 23, verse 15 in the English. And you shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. So the first fruits, you actually have to literally count. Okay, that's the only I'd say that's the only high holy day that doesn't have a distinct I'd say date per se, because you actually have to literally count. Verse 16, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath, you shall number 50 days. You have to count 50 days. And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Most High. Verse 17, and ye shall bring of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baked with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Most High. Verse 18, and you shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 bullock, and 2 rams, and they shall be for a burnt offering unto the Most High, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Most High. Verse 19, then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Verse 20, and the priest shall wave them before with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering for the Most High. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Most High of the priest. And it's not nothing magical or superficial when he's waving. Now we hold out the cup and say, La Yashala for Israel. That's pretty much how they waved it. They just presented it. Okay. And all this, and then pretty much so everybody could see, and pretty much when they would bring all the first fruits together, this was a feast day that showed to not be greedy, because people brought their first fruits, they brought it together, and people were eating from it, especially the priests, and then the poor, the widow, the Levite within your gates. that was the meaning of this feast, for us to not be so greedy and to take.
It's significant because it's the first fruits.
And its significance for the first fruits, the first of your crops, the first, the best.
Right after the winter and everything.
Right after the winter, so it's one of your best. And that was actually, if I may, that was actually Cain's problem. One of the problems with Cain is he didn't bring the Most High his best, and Abel did. And also, the Most High requires blood, but that's something that's another topic. But you're supposed to bring your best out, so that the community can benefit from it. The priest can. Okay, verse 20: the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Most High with the 2 lambs. They should be holy to the Most High for the priest. Verse 21: and you shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be a holy convocation unto you. You shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And that's it. I'm going to call Devin up here. All right. All right, Madiam, just the people up here. Devin, present thyself in thy registry. All right, stand in like a Madiam. I might just stand right here. Stand to your side.
This ball. This side. Hey.
Okay, and then you're going to say Devin.
Bun
Yahawada. Oh, Slakia. Where's your register? Where's your father born?
Where was he born?
Khan. Baltimore. Okay, here in America. Okay, Khan. All right, so you're going to say Devin. Bun Yahawada. Bun Yasha'Allah. Devin. Bun Yahawada. Bun Yasha'Allah. Now you're going to stand in, you'll go from here, and you're going to stand in Amadium Shabbat. Okay, and then Amadium, and then Barak. And you're going to say, is that your right hand? Okay. Yeah, that is your right hand. Okay, you're going to say Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atham. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atham.
Clap it up. You want to come up there? You want to stand right on this middle part? You good?
When I say you shot, let me take a sip.
Just wait till he says you shot.
You shot, which means take a seat.
All right, clap it up for the young man.
All right.
You can move us.
We're in Leviticus 23.
22.
We're in verse 22. I'm going to have you read in the English after I read in the Hebrew. All right, you're going to start with
22.
That's like 23 and 22. I'm going to read in the Hebrew first. All right, we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22 in the Hebrew first, and then we'll go into the English. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. Waba kwatazar kam as kwatazayar aratazakam la fakola pasak kwat shadka but kwatazarka wala kwat what tazayarka la faloquat la anya wala gar fa aizar zab atham anya Yahweh alahayakam. Verse 23. It's like we're going to 23. Verse 23, why you debar Yahweh al Mashal la Amar. Verse 24, debar al Banya Yasha'Allah la Amar la Chadash Shabayaya Bachad la Chadash Yahaya la Kam Shabathwan Zakarwan Faraiha Makwara'a Kwadash. Verse 25, call Mala'akaf Abadha la fa Aishawa Waha Kora'abtham Asha la Yahweh. Verse 26. Why Dabar Yahweh al Mashal la Amar. Verse 27. Ak ba Aisha war la Chadash Hashabayaya Hazai Yawam Hakapasarium Hawa'a Makwara'a Kwadash Yahaya la Kam wa Ain Yatham Af Napashaf Yakam wa Korabtham Asha la Yahweh. Verse 28. Verse 28, we'll call Mala'aka of Aishawa, Tazam, Hayawam, Hazah, Kaya, Yawam, Kaparium, Hawa'a, La Kapar, Al Yakam, La Panya, Yahawa, Alahayakam, and that's it. All right, we're going to be reading now Leviticus 23, 22 through 28. We're going to read it in the English now.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest.
Stop right there. I mean, people probably already know this, but why wouldn't we? Let me get some answers. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we pick everything off of our field? What was the spirit behind it? We know why. What was the spirit behind that? Why the Most High said you couldn't pick every, like if you had a field, think about like a football field of corn or of wheat. And why did the Most High tell us we couldn't pick every single thing out of our field? Anybody want to tell me? I know people know. Go ahead, sister. Greediness, right? So what were we leaving it for? Right, the poor. The poor. This is the spirit behind the first fruits. You're not to take every single thing, every grape, and if something falls on the ground, because America throws away so much food every day, which is crazy. They can't just take it and take it to some shelters. Or something. They throw away food every day, but then don't want to give a crumb to any communities. All right, don't want to share. Well, this takes that spirit out of it. You could tell that that the Most High wanted us to not be greedy. All right, go ahead.
Real quick. They got in each one of these grocery stores, they got a compactor in the back full of food. And they fill that joint up with food every day. Because something, you know what I'm saying? A day or about to expire the next day. You know what I mean? Talking about thousands and thousands of pounds of food every day. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture of our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? He don't even want to give away the damn food. Like he'd rather throw it away than give it away. So I just wanted to add that small detail.
Yes, sir. Wow, people right there where they throwing the food out in the same neighborhoods are dying from hunger.
Right there, good point. Excellent. Go ahead.
Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, and the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and a holy convocation.
All right, so that's the feast of tonight. We're actually going to go into a little bit of detail as far as the memorial blowing the trumpets. We'll go into a little detail of its significance. But this is the first feast over towards like the fall season, where it's the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. All right, and this the trumpets. They would throw. Let me ask some people. What was the significance of blowing the trumpets? Why was a trumpet need to be blown? Does anybody want to take a shot at it? Go ahead. Absolutely. Anybody else? All right, that was perfect. Pretty much. Give her a hand. So they blew the trumpet, and because you got to think of, as a nation, we would actually have watchmen that would watch over the camps that we dwelt in, and you would have a watchman that would warn the people of war. Now, why is that significant nowadays? Who wants to blow my mind, as General Mahayam would say? Who wants to blow my mind and say, who are supposed to be the watchman nowadays? Anybody want? Because the watchman, because you're supposed to have a watchman that watches your people. You're supposed to have somebody that, who's supposed to be the watchman? Does anybody want to give a shot at it? Go ahead.
ISUPK.
Well, give him a hand. He actually gave the right answer. But he said the ISBK.
Who claims?
Let me answer. Who claims to be the watchman? Let's ask that. Who claims to be the watchman nowadays? Go ahead. Yeah, our political leaders. And what do? They don't warn black people. They do not warn black people of the danger they're in. They don't blow the trumpet. They don't tell the black people there's war being waged on them. There's war being waged on our children in school. There's war being waged on us in the community.
They sign off on it.
Yeah, they sign off on it. And actually, there's a scripture about that. They talk about the dumb dogs. The dog is supposed to warn you when the intruder comes to the house. He doesn't even do that. He does not warn. And so, like, the more of a blowing the trumpets is a time to warn the people when they're in warfare, or to gather the people together, just like this evening. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20.
I just one thing. The dumb dog. Like, imagine everybody that's seen Friday, right? The movie. Was it next Friday?
Oh, it was next Friday. It was next Friday.
If you watch next Friday, there's a scene in there when Craig and what's the other character?
I can't remember what you're talking about.
Day-Day? Craig and Day-Day.
Oh, yeah, Day-Day.
Trying to break into the neighbor's house. And they gave the dog bologna and chocolate. That's what he didn't put it back. And they gave the dog bologna and chocolate. What do they give our political leaders? They give them money. They give them a status. And with that, they just sell us out every time. Like each year they come out with this, I'm going to do this for the black community. I need your vote, need your vote, need your vote. As soon as they get elected, ain't nobody heard from Governor Moore. Anybody heard from Governor Moore? He having a good time. He got his status, his celebrity status, the bread, and he living deliciously while we dying and starving in the ghettos of America, man. Hey, real quick, grab that door, and we'll get that in a second, all right? Grab that door real quick. While we dying in the ghettos of America, he's living deliciously. He down there at the Washington game, right? They gave him a status quo. They gave him that bologna, that chocolate. Now he's just confined and conformed to this age of society. He ain't worried about so-called black folk, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indians. Go ahead. That was all. You can continue.
Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls.
What does that mean? Somebody tell me, what's that mean, to afflict your soul? I know. What does that mean, to afflict your soul? Come on, give her a hand. It means to fast. To afflict your souls. Okay, 24 hours. Go ahead.
And offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Right, and that was the feast day where all of the Israel's sins in that year were forgiven. The priest Aaron had to go before pretty much the Ark of the Covenant, and that was the only time he was summoned, because you just couldn't go and be going before the throne, and that's even with heathen kings. You just couldn't be going into the king's court; you would die. So this is so that was the only time that Aaron was summoned and to make an atonement for Israel's sin. It said, on this day your sins shall be forgiven, and then he would come out there. But Israel at that time had to be afflicting their souls and fasting for 24 hours. All right, we finished that. That was 28.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. I'm gonna let Akins go ahead and start eating, because like I said, I think it'd be good to get some Akim to get some food. If I could ask some help with some, we got the General Q in the back, and we got Captain Osh. There's two other generals I think that were going to be attending. If I could just ask for some, I think the gloves are over there. Shalom, y'all. I believe gloves are over there. If y'all don't see it, just let me know. I thought they were over there around. I think they're over. For the generals, The generals like their plates a certain way, like the dry on one plate, wet on the other. They just like dry food on one side or one plate. They don't like it mixed. And then if we can just make something for Captain Osh and Cat, and then everybody else y'all can just go ahead and come. And then everybody after the generals got their plate, and Captain Osh, everybody else, y'all can go ahead and when they're finished, y'all can go ahead and get a plate. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue the water, chief sisters. We're gonna go ahead and finish. Let's go ahead and go to Leviticus 23 and verse 29 through 35. We're gonna read it in the Hebrew, and then we're gonna read it in the English. All right, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 29. Kaya call Hanapash Ashar La'af Aina Bataza Ba'aitazam Taisa'am Hayawam Hazah Waka Wanakartha Ba'ai Maya, verse 30. Wakal Hanapash Ashar Ba'aisha call Malaka Ba'aitazam Hayawam Hazah Wa'abadathya Af Hanapash Ha'awa'a Wakorab Ainha, verse 31 or 35. Verse 31, call Malaka La'a Aisha Wa Khwaf Iwalam La Darath Yakam, but call Mashabath Yakam, verse 32. Shabbathwan Hawa'a Lakam Wa Ayan Yatham Napash Napashaf Yakam Slakia, but for Aisha. Let the Wrath, let Chadash, but Irab, Ma'ishabathwa, Shabbathkum, verse 33. Waya Dabar Yahweh al Mashal Amar, verse 34. Dabar al Bunya Yasha'ala Amar, Mashya, Aishar, Yawam, Lachadash, Hashabayaya, Hazak, Chab, Hasakawath, Hashabaith. Yum like Yahweh, verse 35, by Yawam, Hasharah, Harashwan, Makora, Quadash, Kal, Ma'alakaf, Haibadha, La'af, Aishawa. And that's it. All right, we're now going to be reading Leviticus 20, chapter 23, 29 through 35. We're going to read it in the Hebrew first. We're going to read it now in the English.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30.
So if you were eating that day, especially if the priest, you were cut off. Okay, you could lose your life. Okay, and that's how. And see this. And some people think, well, it's just food, but that's why Adam. That goes back to why Adam died. Well, he said, the day you eat this, you shall surely die. This goes back to that. The obedience to the Most High causes you to live, and that's the point. The obedience to the Most High. Obedience causes to have life. Disobedience brings about death. Go ahead. Come.
Precept, Baruch 4:1. It says, "They that shall keep it shall come to life." When you keep the law, that's when you begin living.
Come.
Everybody understand?
Come.
Anybody that shall leave it shall what? Shall die.
Come.
According to the Bible.
Come.
You got it.
Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, that same soul will I destroy from among his people. Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the 9th month at even, from even unto even, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 34, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be a feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
And as a reminder, these are as a reminder. When we reading it tonight, this is the real feast days. Ain't no Halloween in the Bible. Ain't no Thanksgiving, no Christmas in the Bible. These are the feast days that the Lord requires us to follow, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to carry on our traditions, and in that, the Lord is going to be on our side. Everybody understand?
Come.
Sorry, all right.
Come, son. All right. Oops. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue. We're now in Leviticus. I can.
Captain gonna switch with me.
Okay.
You gonna stand?
Okay. All right. I'm just the people up here. I'm Maddie. Captain Nosh, present thyself in thy registry.
Ashaparium,
Ban Yasha'Allah. Yahweh Bashem Yasha'Allah.
Sluggy. Young man, you stay here. He's coming to replacement.
Bring him up. Switch him out. Call him though.
Gana, present thyself in thy registry. Yahweh Bashem Yasha'Allah. Yahweh Bashem Yasha'Allah.
You get down, hold on. You gotta get down first.
Isha. We're in Leviticus chapter 23. We're reading 36 through 42, sir.
36 and 42.
Come. Also,
There's some liquor in the bag.
Salakia.
What you say? Say that again.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36, Cap.
Starting at 36.
36 to 42, Cap.
I'm gonna read it for you. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36 in the Hebrew. Shabbat Yamayam Fakarabawa Ashal La Yahweh Ba Yawam Hashama Yanya Makwara Kodash Yahaya Lakam Wahakoraptam Ashal La Yahweh Aitzara Hawa Kamala Kam Ibada La Aishawa 37 La Maibad Yahweh Ashal Fakwara Tham Makwara Kodash La Korab Ashala la Yahweh Allah Wamanachach like Wamanachach Zabak Wanasakakim Debar Yawam Bana Yawamwa 38 Malabad Shabbat Shabbat Yahweh Mala Salawama Labad Matana Watkam Salag Matana Watkam Wamalabad Kal. Now the rock will come up, or Malabat, Kal. Now the rock will come. Asha, the thunderwa, La Yahweh 38. Bachamasha, Asha, Yuwam, La Chadash, Hashabayaya, Ba Sapakam, Sabawa'at, Ha'aratazah, Lakagwa, Chag, Yahweh, Shabba'ai, Yawam, Bayawam, Ara'ashwan, Shabbat1, Waba Yawam, Hashama Yanaya,
Shabbat 1. Verse 41?
42, sir.
42.
Come.
Wala kat katham lakam bayuwan hara ashram parya Aitizat hadar kapath thamara rayam ha'ainak Aitizat Ibad I Rabia Nakal Washamaktam Lapanya Yahweh Alahayaka Shabbat Yawam 41 Wakatam Atwa Khad La Yahweh Shabbat Yamayam Bashana Khakwa I Willam La the Rakikam Bakadash Ashabayaya Bakagwa I thought I Atwa 42 Basakat Shabwa Shabbat Yamayam Kal Ha'a Zarak Bayashala Yashabwa Basakat. That's 42.
We're now going to be reading Leviticus chapter 23. We're going to be reading 36 through 42 in the English.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36.
You got a mic so you can speak a little bit louder?
It's on.
Just
That
really,
mic.
really loud. So I know they was in I hear you, but not as much.
Come.
Leviticus, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by the fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall complain, be holy convocations to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Verse 38. Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Lord. Verse 39. Also on the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruits of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be the Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be the Sabbath. Verse 40. And ye shall take you on the first day the barrows of goodly trees, branches and palm trees, and the barrows of thick trees, and the willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days.
Stop right there for a second. So the Feast of Tabernacles, it's going over the Feast of Tabernacles, and that's the holy day, or those are the 7 days where we commemorate where the children of Israel were wandering in the wilderness and dwelt in temporary dwellings or booths or tents, and the Most High dwelt with them. And that's what we need to commemorate on the Feast of Tabernacles. And it's talking about that because the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. And the Most High was with them. And when he would stop, when the pillar of cloud or fire, when the pillar of cloud by day would go, the children of Israel would go with it. And then when it would stop, they would stop. Or if it was by night and the pillar of cloud was moving, the children of Israel would follow the pillar of cloud. So they would follow the pillar of cloud by day or by night when they were wandering the wilderness, and that's the Feast of Tabernacles commemorates. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna add something.
Come.
Also, too, even after that, we still kept this feast because the Lord wanted us to never forget this high holy day. You know what I'm saying? So we can always remember, along with all the other high holy days, when we was in Egypt under captivity, and He got us out by the hand of Moses. Okay, so understand that these things that we're doing is because the Lord wants this done. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. And also to keep us humble. Right? Everybody understand?
Come.
Because unfortunately, in this kingdom, you see already what happened to us. Remember how we was in the world. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell us nothing. We were too puffed up in our head and all this other stuff. Coming to deal with the Lord, now you leave that spirit. All right? Did you go speak a little bit about the trumpets?
I did briefly. I was going to go after we finished all the script, but I did go into it.
Okay, because we should have rolled it into the whole thing. But just brief because of time's sake, right?
Come.
Just so that way the Feast of the Memorial of Blowing the Trumpet is also that we keep this feast in remembrance of why we blow the horns, right? The horns That's for three reasons. When the priest called on the congregation or Israelites, there was a horn for that. When it was for an impending danger, there was a horn for that. And when it was time for war, there was a horn for that. So these things, and we do these feasts in remembrance of that. Feast of the Memorial Golden Trumpet is a high holy day, but it's the only high holy day. It's a memorial. There are two other memorials, and we'll get to that down the line. You just keep coming class. But I'm going to just say it briefly. Hanukkah and the Purim, those are memorials as well. Okay? But just know that this is the feast, a high holy day unto the Lord. And also, don't forget, because this land's today, don't think that you're going to not do Sabbath service, because you will do Sabbath service also for the priests that do the Sabbath service as well, okay? But later on, if you want the scriptures, we'll tell you the scriptures where to look at all the details about the horns and all that. But for time's sake, we're just going to keep moving along. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Cap, did you want me to, if anybody else wants to go ahead? I think everybody, they got all the plates made.
Yeah.
If anybody, we got all the plates made for the generals and the caps. So I can go ahead and make sure y'all get something to eat, because I know somebody can be sick for a minute. So go ahead and y'all go ahead and get something to eat. Make sure y'all get something to fill your bellies up.
You know what? I could have read the whole thing to the end. I could have read the whole thing to the end, because there's only, 2 scripts left?
Come.
Yeah, but you told me to stop at 42, right?
Come.
Yeah, I'll just read the rest.
I think you got to finish in English, though. Where you on 41?
I'm saying, let me just hold on. Let me just finish. There's only 2 verses.
Come.
All right, so I'm at verse Leviticus 23, and I'm at verse 40.
42, sir.
42. Right?
Come.
Number 1, Yadwa, the Rafikam Kaya Basa Kawat. How Shab Ya, so like how Shabathya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Bahawa Taza Ya'aya, Hawatha, Ma'arataza, Matazaya, Anya, Yahawa, Alahayakam, 44. Wayadaba, Masha'ath, Ma'idya, Yahawa, Al Banya, Yasha'ala. That's it.
It's 41 to
Yeah, go ahead. Finish up 41. You could restart at 41.
Come.
Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in the booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in the booths. Verse 43.
Let me touch on that real quick. What in the booths in the feast days? That's like think about it, like a 7-day party when you out there in the tents with your people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go read the details about it, what's a feast? It's a party, right? That's what you do. You drink, you eat, right? You drink, and you come together with your people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're supposed to do. Why? Because of brotherhood. Every point. Christ told us, right? When they asked him what are the 2 greatest commandments, what he said, love thy father with what?
All your heart, soul,
right? And the second is like unto the first, which is what?
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Love your neighbor as yourself. That's brotherhood right there. And if we can't have that, what are we as a people? What are we as a nation? If we can't have that, you see what it's like out there in the world. There is no brotherhood, thanks to a bunch of elements, namely our oppressor, but you have the Christian church and all these other religions that mean nothing, that are all poison to our people and lead us down the wrong path. You can see it. It's evident. You know what I'm saying? We don't have brotherhood. We don't have sisterhood. We can't even sit at a table without a damn argument starting. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't agree with each other and have a normal adult conversation, we can't even do that, which is ill. Every other nationality could do that, even if they disagree with each other, but they have some type of civil discord with each other. But we can't even do that. Now, the brotherhood is everything. Continue.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in the booths.
That's if I may. That's important. It's the Lord that made us dwell in the booth. You know what I'm saying? To keep us humble, to remember what He did for us, so that way we won't be ungrateful children. You know what I mean?
Come.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 43. that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in the booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 44, and Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feasts of the Lord.
We should never forget that, Salaki. We should never forget. The Lord is our power. Every Israelite should remember that. If you don't remember, you'll remember it when you're in the hospital all jammed up. Oh, Lord, we all did it. Even myself. I wasn't, oh, Lord, what is pain? Oh, you know, well, now we know. You know what I'm saying? Now we know in the truth why. That's it? That's right.
We still got some time to go into.
What time is it now?
It's 8:25.
No, wrap it up.
All right.
Because, you know, after this, I know tomorrow you got to get back here too, right? And for camp and all that, yeah, you want to consider the people. They probably, I don't know who got slaveries at nighttime, but also we got to remember.
Right. This is only for the people up here. Aimari. Let me wipe that one off.
Oh, you just did. You did it, man. I know you wiped something now. You don't know.
What is this conspiracy, though? Slaves.
Oh, you did? Oh, cut us. So I can, you can get something to eat.
Of course.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Ready? You ready?
Come.
La Yashala.
I think the second priest called.
Imagine.
Means everybody
Means everybody stand. Well, Panyako down means everybody face the east. Is that way?
It's this way.
So we all got to go this way. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadah. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Baba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan Lanawa. Wakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalach Lanawa. Kabawak Nawa. Hasalach Nawa. Kabawak Nawa. Tabayan now. Banasayawan. Abal. Abashina. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Baha'ala. Wa'atapa'ara. La'aywalamyam. Aman.
And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debt
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Power. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahasham,
Bahasham,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Baba Kushai,
Baba Kushai,
Nathanawa, Hakach,
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 Larpa,
Larpa,
Kamakala,
Kamakala,
Wakal Madua,
Makal Madua,
Hakach,
Hakach,
Lataha,
Lataha,
Hamatazarayam,
Hamatazarayam,
Hakach,
Hakach,
Lahakwayam,
Lahakwayam,
Hamatyam,
Hamatyam,
Hakach,
Hakach,
Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarasham,
Lagarasham,
Bahasham Yahushai,
Bahasham Yahushai,
Wara Aman,
Wara Aman, in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
power to heal,
power to heal,
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
power to cleanse the leper,
power to cleanse the leper,
power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
cast them out,
cast them
in
out,
the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
So be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayashala.
Wayashala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Sapariya.
Sapariya.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa.
Rapa.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Wara Aman.
Wara Aman. And in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is prayer for the power structure. Barak Atha Yahweh.
Barak Atha Yahweh.
Why Yahweh? So like why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Mayakala?
Why Mayakala?
Why Alahayim?
Why Alahayim?
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawapyan.
Ha Alawapyan.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Chayayoyam.
Ha Chayayoyam.
Wahakwatyan.
Wahakwatyan.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahasham,
Bahasham,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Wara,
Wara,
Aman,
Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
man, the general Yahan,
command the general,
the general, the cat,
all
truth,
truth,
and the sister, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you, so be it.
So be it. Asha, so like this is Psalms 121. Asha Ayanya, Al Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemaim, Waratazah, Al Yatan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al Yanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawama, Yashala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarach, Malayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashama, Napaska, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza Afka, Wabaaka, Ma'aitha, I will love.
And in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
Whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from your house.
My help cometh from your house.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
Even forevermore.
Even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Thacharash.
Al Thacharash.
Wa Al Thashakwat.
Al Thashakwat.
Al Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayab Yaka.
Awayab Yaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wamashanayaka, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawad, Wayatayai Tazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shamyasha'ala, Iwad, Kaya, Nawa Tazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wayashamaliam, Nawaba, Wahagoya, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Halashat, Aim Yashabya, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hiowa, Darawai, Labunya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayabyang, Banakal, Payashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanga Ara, Hiowa, Daman, Ladama, Shayatamwa, Nadayamawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazalmanai, Kal, Nasayakamwa, Asha, Amawa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Af, Nawa, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Ka'ash, Taba Ira Ya'ira, Wakalahawa, Balahat, Haryam, Khan, Tharadatma, Basa Irika, Wabasawa Pathka, Taba Halam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahalwa, Aya'ai, Ayachaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Kal,
Ha'aratazah. And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden.
And consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a
That
nation.
the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
They have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
it.
are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites
and the Israelites,
Moab
Moab
and the Hagarene
and the Hagarene,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
As also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the
as to
Midianites,
Sisera,
as to
as
Sisera,
to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like bread,
and like Zed.
and like Zed,
Yea, all their princes,
all their princes,
as Sabah,
as Sabah,
and as Amunah,
and as Amun,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of our possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burns the
as the
wood,
fire burns the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on
as
fire.
the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy
fill
sword,
their faces with shame,
fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy
Oh
name.
Yahweh,
Oh
let them
Yahweh,
be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
trouble forever.
and trouble forever.
Yes,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and
that
perish,
men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most
over
High
all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
These are the curses Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against
That
us.
speak against
Thy
us.
prophet.
Thy prophet.
The teacher.
The teacher.
The prince.
The prince.
The priest.
The priest.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter to their sanctuary.
Enter into our sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And the drug dealer.
And the drug dealer.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments are our enemies.
All the governments are our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and arms.
Amalek synagogues and arms.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
Gay movement. The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
National Space Program.
National Space Program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air
Air
Force.
Force.
Marine.
Marine.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access
And the radio
And
channel.
the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the
Of
spirit.
any of thy people.
Of any of thy people
That seek to stop
that
us.
seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
And bring swift
To
destruction.
all the heat.
To all the
That
heat.
stand in our way.
And stand in our
We're
way.
trying to stop us.
Trying to stop
From
us.
broadcasting your word.
From broadcasting your
Throughout
word.
the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
planes.
loose all the planes.
Let loose all the
Let
planes.
loose all the planes.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and
Through
fro.
the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume.
And consume.
Let the plague.
Let the
Shake
plague
the house of the thief.
shake the house of the thief
And the murder.
and the murder.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the fine sauce.
Punish all the heat.
And punish all the
That come
heat.
up against us.
That come up against
As
us.
we speak thy
As
word.
we speak thy word.
Cause me known.
Cause it to be known
By all.
by all
That is the angel.
that is the angel
That have done.
that have done it.
Cause it be spread.
Cause it to be spread
Through the media.
through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake it thy
Cause
come.
them to shake it.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah.
the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be.
So be it.
Sorry, which we return. Sisters, Yeshaya. Come on, Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh Bashim Yashabrakah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
Yahweh Bashim Yashabrakah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
All right, not to that. Do it again. Not to that. Do it again. Try it again.
Help him out. Step by step.
Barak. No, try. Barak first.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barak. Yeah. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barak. Yeah.
In the future, I can be a little bit more vocal.
Yahweh Bashim
Saluting the
Yahushua
Torah.
Barak.
Everybody understand?
Come on,
Be a little
come.
bit more vocal saluting the Torah. Alright? If a brother needs help, your men that have experience, help the brother immediately.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
This concludes the service. Come. Oh. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and I'm going to salute the teacher, right? Come. Men of Israel, to salute the teacher. Go ahead, come.
Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Thumb.
That's my time. Sisters, imagine. That's what you do, okay?
Come, sir.
What?
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters.
You got to tell brother Sar to face the
Sar means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, man Shabbat, Yamayim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alatham, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Y'all can say Yahweh, Shamar, Alatham, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yam Yamata, class dismissed.
Now you got to ask, if anyone wants to be anointed.
If anybody would like to be anointed, go ahead and step up. We need the three leading.
The highest rank. The captain is him, right? You over there? All right, so one in the middle. I'm on this side, captain. Anybody want to be anointed? Just step up right there. What's up? Uriah?
Shalom, Israel. My crew will be in the building all night. Shalom.
What's that?